"You're not authorized to be here. Leave the base, now." "I'm just returning equipment," the woman said, voice steady but soft. "We don't accept military hardware from civilians. Get out." She didn't flinch. She just nodded, turned around and walked away. In her arms, a cardboard box. Inside it, simulation data. Obsolete to them, critical to survival. But not even an hour later, a convoy tore through the base gates, engines howling, brakes screaming. A general stepped out, eyes scanning, voice like steel. "Where is she?" Her name was Hannah Lee, 36, former tactical simulation architect, 11 years of service. Discharged quietly after a shoulder injury no one asked about. No ceremony, no farewell, just a stamped file and a locked gate. To the system, forgotten. To the warfighters, a ghost in the code. To herself, still a guardian, still responsible. That morning, Hannah had climbed into her rusting pickup, driven through rain and memory to the base that had once called her irreplaceable. She wasn't looking for thanks. She was returning something no one knew was missing. A drive containing SimLock 7, the last living copy of a simulation protocol written during Operation Grey Brick 2014, when the system failed and lives nearly vanished. She'd secretly created a backup, then left it behind when the system left her behind. Now she wanted to give it back. At the gate, a young lieutenant waved her off. "Civilians aren't allowed near classified zones. I just need someone to take this inside. We don't accept drop-offs. I used to work here. I wrote these systems." He scoffed. "Sure you did. You have ID?" She handed over a worn military badge. He glanced at it, laughed, tossed it back. "Expired. Sorry, Mom. You don't belong here anymore." He didn't know she wrote the very simulation he trained on 2 months ago. Didn't know her code had saved entire squadrons. Didn't know she was the reason his friends came back alive. "Move your vehicle. You're blocking access." She said nothing, just walked back to her truck, and in her silence, the military lost its edge. She sat in the driver's seat, hands trembling, the hard drive pulsing in her lap like a forgotten heart. She opened her laptop, plugged it in. On screen, Black Room, Ghost Line, SimLock 7, uncompiled data, raw, powerful, deadly without understanding. She knew every line. She wrote it, in blood, in memory, in purpose. She emailed a snippet to one person, Major Tillman. 10 minutes later, her phone rang. His voice was shaking. "Hannah, where are you? Get back to base, now. General Ridley is here. Eagle Red just crashed. The system's down. We need your code." Inside the base, chaos. A classified operation, Eagle Red, was dead in the water. The simulations wouldn't load, pilots couldn't train, missions were about to be scrubbed. A technician found a note in the backup system, SimLock 7, 1 copy, written by HL. The room froze. A programmer whispered, "HL is Hannah Lee. She wrote the Ghost Line protocols. Without her, we can't run half the system." The commander's voice was hollow. "We turned her away." "Today?" "Yes, sir. Standard protocol." The general stared at him. "Standard protocol just sabotaged national defense." General Ridley stormed into the command center. "Why are the tactical displays offline?" "Missing simulation core, sir. SimLock 7. Who wrote it?" "Hannah Lee. She was here this morning." "And security denied her entry." Ridley's voice exploded. "She came to help and we treated her like garbage. Find her. Now. Bring her back. And whoever sent her away? They'll answer to me." Back at the gate, no one joked. No one questioned. They just watched the convoy roar out again, searching for the woman they'd dismissed as irrelevant. 15 minutes later, the old pickup reappeared. She didn't ask for permission. This time, the gates opened for her. She walked into the simulation center, the place she'd once built from the ground up, and silently plugged in the drive. The system lit up, the screens roared back to life, and the mission was back on. General Ridley faced the room. "This woman, this civilian, is the reason we won't lose lives next week. She wrote the very code we rely on. And we didn't even let her through the gate." But Hannah said nothing, just worked. When asked why she returned, because the new generation deserves every tool we had, and more. A technician asked, "Why'd you leave, Mom?" She paused. "Because sometimes stepping away lets others rise higher than you ever could." "Why bring this back now?" "I heard you were failing, and I knew I had the data to fix it." "Were you watching us?" She shook her head. "I wasn't monitoring, I was caring." Then she opened another folder, simulations she'd built in her garage, 3 years of work, scenarios beyond anything they had. "You did all this for free? For survival? Keeping people alive isn't a job, it's a duty." The general's voice cracked. "How many more like you have we lost?" "Dozens, maybe hundreds. You discharge people, but not their expertise." Right then and there, General Ridley created a new program, Civilian Consultant Corps, designed by Hannah, staffed by the forgotten, fueled by the willing. She didn't stay, she didn't need applause. Just left the drive and a handwritten note. "If the sim crashes, replace Logic 3 with linear sensors." Always the weak point. Her chair now sits empty, a wooden plaque. Hannah Lee, silent advisor. The new technicians study her code, whisper her name like a legend. One officer said it best, "Without her, we never would have made it to step 1." She never appeared in news briefings, never took a medal. But 6 months later, 47 discharge specialists were brought back. Former engineers, designers, analysts, forgotten giants. And they changed everything. Combat survival increased 23%. Mission success up 31%. Failures dropped to historic lows. When reporters asked why, officials mumbled something about enhanced training protocols. But the truth, it came from garages, from homes, from people like Hannah. She still works quietly, still builds simulations for wars that haven't even started. When young developers visit her, she tells them, "Your value isn't tied to your uniform. Your responsibility doesn't disappear when the job does. Because service never ends. It just changes location. And the next time someone offers help, don't ask why they're no longer authorized. Ask what they know. Ask why they care. Because the next time a system crashes and someone shows up with the fix in their hands, you'd better hope you didn't send them away."